Hello there. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you've spent your entire life giving pieces of yourself away? To your job, to your spouse, to your children. And now, in the quiet moments, you find yourself wondering, what is truly left for me? That feeling, that quiet sacrifice. It feels like the purest form of love, doesn't it? It's what we were taught to do. But I must tell you, from what I've seen in my practice for over 30 years, this very path, the one paved with endless giving, is a silent trap. And here's the nightmare no one talks about. It doesn't lead to more love in the end. It often leads to a loss of self, and a deep, quiet regret that can cast a long shadow over your golden years. But here is the truth I have learned from hundreds of patients, from hundreds of stories just like yours. The final chapter of your life is not meant for endless sacrifice. It is meant for profound, dignified, and joyful living. And it all begins by learning to hold on to what is rightfully yours. I'm not talking about theories from a textbook. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, a good man named John, a brilliant engineer who worked himself to the bone for his family. He'd skip his own doctor's appointments, just to save a little extra money for his son's business. Then one morning, he collapsed. A stroke. I saw his son sit by his hospital bed, tears in his eyes, saying, "Dad, I never wanted this." John had given away his health, the one thing no one could ever give back to him. John's story is a hard lesson, but it is also our guide today. In this video, we are going to walk through the 9 sacred things you must never, ever give up after 60. These aren't just ideas. They are your personal lifeline to a life of peace, freedom, and strength. Everything we'll discuss comes from real conversations with real people. This is life as it's truly lived. And please, be sure to stay with me until the very end. The 9th and final point we'll discuss is the one most people overlook, yet it is the very fuel that keeps your soul bright. Understanding it can truly change how you experience every single day. Before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of us share this feeling. If what I just described, that sense of having given so much, feels familiar to you, please take a moment to comment with a simple yes below. It shows me you understand, and more importantly, it shows others in our community that they are not alone. Okay, let's begin. Alright, let's begin with the first and most important treasure you must guard. Treasure number 1. Your health. It's the very foundation upon which your entire life rests. So many of us, especially from a generation that valued hard work and sacrifice, believe that ignoring an ache or a pain, or pushing back a doctor's appointment to take care of a grandchild, is a noble act. It feels like love. But I am here to tell you, it is a profound mistake. When you are young, your body is like a rubber ball. It just bounces back. But after 60, I want you to think of your body as a piece of fine china. It is still strong, still beautiful, but it must be handled with care. The constant stress of ignoring your needs, of pushing through exhaustion, creates tiny, hairline cracks that you cannot see, until one day, it shatters. The core reason this becomes so critical with age is that your body no longer has the ability to borrow energy from tomorrow. You can't just bounce back from a sleepless night or a week of poor eating. Every healthy meal, every hour of rest, is a direct deposit into the bank account of your future independence. Neglecting it is like slowly draining that account until nothing is left. You might feel a little more tired than usual, or notice your joints ache a bit more. These aren't just signs of getting old. They are warning lights on your dashboard, and you must not ignore them. The story of John, the man I mentioned earlier, is the clearest proof I can offer. He thought he was giving his son a business opportunity. But what he was truly giving away was his future, his ability to walk on his own, to live without being a burden. He gave away his health for love, and received only regret in return. So please, start today. Treat your annual checkup with the same importance as a holiday dinner with your family. Listen to the whispers of your body, so you don't have to hear it scream. Resting when you are tired is not laziness. It is wisdom. It is the single most powerful action you can take to protect everything else you hold dear. If you agree that your health is your greatest treasure, please take a moment to comment with the word health below. It sends a powerful message to yourself and to everyone here. Treasure number 2. Your dignity and self-worth. Next, we must talk about something you can't see, but you can feel in your very bones. Your dignity. It breaks my heart when I see patients, people who have built families and careers, being treated as if they were children. Their opinions are dismissed as old-fashioned, or they are spoken to in a condescending tone. This is a quiet poison, and you must never, ever allow it. Dignity does not come from what you can still do for others. It comes from who you are, a person who has survived, who has learned, who has loved. When you allow someone, even a well-meaning child, to speak to you with disrespect, you are silently teaching them that you no longer matter. The reason this becomes so vital as we age is that society often tries to make us invisible. As our physical abilities change, people can start to define us by our limitations instead of our strengths. This slow erosion of self-worth is what leads to that feeling of being a burden. You might notice you stop speaking up in family discussions, or you just agree to things to avoid conflict. This isn't keeping the peace. This is surrendering your soul. I remember a wonderful woman, a patient named Susan. She moved in with her daughter's family and slowly began to fade. She was always referred to as forgetful or slow, until she started to believe it herself. She became silent. One day, after a conversation we had, she found the courage to say very calmly, "I need you to listen to me. My thoughts are still valuable." It was not a fight. It was a declaration. And the entire dynamic in her home began to change. So please, hold your head high. You do not need to be loud or argumentative. Sometimes, a simple, firm sentence like, "Please don't speak to me that way," is all it takes. You have weathered decades of life's storms. That has earned you a crown of wisdom that no one has the right to take from you. Treasure number 3. Your time. Let's move on to the third treasure, and it's one that, once spent, you can never get back. Your time. After retirement, it's so easy to become the full-time, unpaid helper for the entire world. Except for yourself. You become the default babysitter, the handyman, the chauffeur. You fill your days with obligations to others, believing you are being useful. But there is a great danger here. Time, after the age of 60, is not empty space to be filled. It is pure gold. Every single hour you spend in a pointless argument or doing a favor you resent is an hour that has been stolen directly from the finite remainder of your life. As we get older, our perception of time fundamentally changes. It's no longer an endless ocean stretching out before us. It's a precious, dwindling resource. This is why wasting it feels so spiritually draining. You might feel a constant, low-level exhaustion or a sense of being perpetually busy but unfulfilled. That is the symptom of giving away your time without thought. I'm reminded of my old neighbor, a kind man named Frank. His calendar was always full, running errands for others. He was loved by everyone, but he was never at peace. When he fell ill, he told me something I'll never forget. He said, "I gave all my time away, but I never kept a little for my own soul." His story is a powerful lesson for us all. So, I urge you, become a fierce protector of your schedule. Intentionally carve out time every single day for something that nourishes you. It doesn't have to be grand. It can be reading a book, working in the garden, or simply sitting in silence with a cup of tea. Learning to say no is not selfish. It is a profound act of self-respect for the beautiful, irreplaceable gift of time you have left. If you commit to reclaiming a piece of your day for yourself, let me know by commenting my time below. Treasure number 4. Your peace of mind. Now, let's talk about the invisible shield that protects your health and your joy. Your peace of mind. I have seen that even in the most loving families, there can be a constant undercurrent of drama, conflict, and chaos. And you, as the elder, often feel it's your duty to be the mediator, the sounding board, the emotional sponge for everyone else's problems. You must understand. You are not obligated to attend every argument you are invited to. Chronic stress, for an older body, is as toxic as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It's not just a feeling. It's a physical reality. It raises your blood pressure, disrupts your sleep, and drains the very life force from your cells. As you age, your nervous system becomes less resilient. You can't just shake off a stressful encounter the way you could at 30. The stress hormones, like cortisol, linger in your system longer, causing real physical damage. If you often feel anxious, have trouble sleeping, or feel a sense of dread when the phone rings, those are symptoms of a compromised peace of mind. I had a patient, a widow named Helen, whose blood pressure was stubbornly high despite medication. She lived with her 2 adult sons, who fought constantly over money. She spent her days walking on eggshells. One day, I told her, "Helen, your heart is suffering from the conflict, not from age." That was her turning point. She learned to physically leave the room when an argument started. A small act, but it was revolutionary. Within a month, her blood pressure readings had improved dramatically. You must build a sanctuary for your mind. Walk away from conversations that poison your spirit. Turn off the phone. Take a walk in nature. Choose calm over chaos. Peace is not something other people can give you. It is a fortress you must build, stone by stone, to protect yourself. Your serenity is non-negotiable. Treasure number 5. Your independence. This next treasure is something we often see slip away so slowly, we barely notice it's gone until it's too late. Your independence. It often begins with small, well-meaning gestures from our loved ones. They start managing our appointments, choosing our meals, or handling our finances, all to make life easier for us. But with every decision that is made for you instead of by you, a small piece of your spirit dies. Each choice you make for yourself, no matter how minor, is an exercise for your brain and a declaration to the world that you are still in command of your own life. The core issue here is that dependence, when it is not born of true necessity, breeds a sense of helplessness. It trains your brain to believe you are no longer capable. This mental shift is far more disabling than any physical ailment. You might find yourself asking for permission to do things you are perfectly able to do, or you stop having opinions on household matters. This is a red flag. A retired school principal I knew, a sharp man named Arthur, felt this profoundly. After moving in with his children, he told me he felt like a ghost in his own life. His spark returned only when he made the conscious decision to start making his own breakfast again and managing his own checkbook. It wasn't about the toast or the money. It was about reclaiming his role as the author of his own day. So, while it is wise to accept help when you truly need it, you must resist the urge to surrender control over your life prematurely. Continue to handle your own affairs for as long as you are able. Choose your own clothes. Decide what you want to eat. Independence is not pride. It is dignity in action, and it is essential for keeping your mind sharp and your soul free. Did this point surprise you? If you recognize the importance of these small freedoms, comment "wow" below. Treasure number 6. Your financial stability. Let's discuss a sensitive but critically important subject, your money. After a lifetime of hard work and careful saving, many seniors feel an immense pressure to give it all away. It can come from a child's business proposal, a grandchild's college fund, or simply a deep-seated guilt, a feeling that your money would be better used by the younger generation. This is a dangerous and often heartbreaking path. Your money is not just a collection of numbers in a bank account. It is your safety net. It is your freedom. It is your ability to make choices, to afford the medicine you need, to fix your leaky roof, to take a trip you've always dreamed of, without having to ask for permission. As we age, our ability to earn more income diminishes or disappears entirely. This makes the savings you have fundamentally different from the money your children or grandchildren possess. They have decades of earning potential ahead of them to recover from a mistake. You do not. This is the core truth you must remember. The anxiety and fear that come from financial insecurity in your later years can be devastating to your health. A patient of mine, Carol, a retired nurse, learned this the hard way. She gave her life savings to a family member for a business that never existed. She told me, with such sadness, "I didn't just lose my money. I lost their respect. Now they see me as a burden." Her words are a stark warning. True love doesn't come with a price tag, and it certainly doesn't ask you to sacrifice your security. So, be the CEO of your own finances. Be generous, absolutely, but be wise. Set clear boundaries. A loan should have a contract, even with family. A gift should be given without expectation. Never co-sign a loan that could put your home at risk. Guarding your finances isn't about being greedy. It's about protecting your dignity and your right to a worry-free life. You have earned it. Treasure number 7. Your boundaries. This brings us directly to our 7th treasure, which acts as the fence around all the others. Your boundaries. For many of us, especially women who were raised to be nurturers, the concept of setting boundaries can feel selfish or unkind. We are programmed to be available 24/7, to be the ever-present source of comfort and help. But I have seen the end result of a life without boundaries. It is not love. It is exhaustion. It is resentment that simmers just beneath the surface. Without boundaries, your kindness will be taken for granted, and your home will cease to be your sanctuary, becoming a service station for everyone else's needs instead. The reason boundaries become more critical with age is that your physical and emotional energy reserves are more limited. You simply cannot afford to waste them on unreasonable demands or toxic interactions. You know you've crossed a boundary when you do something for someone and feel a wave of anger or fatigue afterward, instead of warmth. That feeling is your internal alarm system. A woman named Barbara experienced this firsthand. She adored caring for her grandkids, but it soon morphed into a full-time, unpaid housekeeping job. She was tired and felt used. Finally, she sat her son down and calmly said, "I love helping, but I am not the staff. I need 2 afternoons a week for myself." The conversation was difficult, but it saved the relationship. They began to appreciate her again, instead of just expecting her service. Healthy boundaries are not walls that keep people out. They are the gates that allow you to let people in on your terms. Learn to use gentle but firm phrases. "I can't do that today, but I can help you on Wednesday." Or simply, "I need to rest now." The people who truly love you will respect your limits. And those who don't, their reaction is giving you valuable information about what they truly value, your heart or your help. Treasure number 8. Your faith and beliefs. Now we turn inward, to a treasure that provides an anchor in the stormiest of seas. Your faith and your beliefs. And when I say faith, I mean it in the broadest sense possible. It could be your connection to God through organized religion, your personal spiritual practices, or simply a deeply held moral code that has guided your life. In a world that is changing at a dizzying speed, where the values you grew up with may be questioned or even mocked, this internal compass is more essential than ever. Don't let anyone make you feel that your beliefs are silly or old-fashioned. They are the very roots that keep you grounded when the winds of change, loss, and uncertainty blow. As the body weakens, the spirit must be strengthened. That is the fundamental equation of aging with grace. Your beliefs provide meaning, purpose, and comfort when other sources of identity, like your career or your role as a parent to young children, have faded. The absence of this spiritual core can lead to a profound sense of despair and aimlessness. I once spoke with an old fisherman named David, who felt utterly lost after his wife of 50 years passed away. He said his lifeline was a simple, daily ritual. Every morning, he would go to the sea and quietly give thanks for the life he had lived. It wasn't a grand prayer, but it was his anchor. It gave him a reason to get up in the morning. That small act of faith saved him. So, whatever it is that gives you strength and comfort, guard it fiercely. Don't apologize for it. Don't hide it. If prayer calms your heart, pray. If meditation stills your mind, meditate. If living by a code of kindness gives you purpose, then live it fully. In these later years, your beliefs are not a superstition. They are the very survival of your soul. Treasure number 9. Your joy. And this brings us to our final, and perhaps most precious treasure. The one I promised you is the fuel for your spirit. Your joy. There is a terrible unspoken myth in our society that as we age, we must become serious. That laughter, playfulness, and pure, simple fun are luxuries reserved for the young. This is not only wrong, it is dangerous. Joy is not childish. It is essential. It is the medicine that no doctor can prescribe, and it is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. It actively lowers stress hormones, boosts your immune system, and keeps the light burning brightly in your eyes. To give up on joy is to give up on life itself. The reason joy is so critical now is that you have finally earned it. You have navigated the responsibilities, the struggles, and the heartaches. This chapter is meant to be your reward. The symptoms of a joy-deficient life are a feeling of grayness, a sense that one day just bleeds into the next without distinction or color. I knew a gentleman named Richard, a 72-year-old who stopped playing his beloved guitar after his wife passed. He felt he was too old and too sad for music. One day, his little granddaughter begged him to play. He hesitantly strummed a few chords, and soon the whole family was singing along, smiling. He later told me, with tears in his eyes, "I thought I was too old for joy, but I learned that joy was never too old for me." Please, I implore you, do not let anyone, including yourself, shame you out of your happiness. If you want to dance in the kitchen, dance. If you want to take up painting, buy the canvases. Find what makes your heart sing, and do it without apology. You have spent a lifetime taking care of others. It is now your sacred duty to take care of your own joy. It is the light that will illuminate the rest of your path. So, as we come to a close, I want you to think back to John, the man I told you about at the beginning. That simple, tragic mistake of putting everyone else's needs before his own health almost cost him everything. It was a lifetime of quiet sacrifice that led to one moment of collapse. But today, John is thriving. He walks every single morning. He's joined a book club. But most importantly, he treats his own health as the priceless treasure it is. He learned the hard way that you cannot pour from an empty cup. He didn't just recover. He reclaimed himself. And that brings us to the simple, powerful truth at the heart of our conversation today. The final chapter of your life is not meant to be a story of endless sacrifice. You have already proven your love, through decades of hard work and sleepless nights. Now, it is time to live for your wisdom and for your dignity. It is time to hold tight to these 9 treasures, not out of selfishness, but out of a profound respect for the beautiful life you have lived and the precious time you still have left to enjoy. As we wrap up, we've walked through 9 critical treasures that can truly transform these golden years. But knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So now, I have one important question for you. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself, starting this week? It could be as simple as, I will say no, just once, to protect my time. Or, I will take a 15-minute walk just for me. Please share your personal commitment in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to take that first brave step. And if you found real value in our time together today, a simple like on this video helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. To make sure you don't miss our next conversation, please hit that subscribe button. It's more than just a button. It's you joining a community of friends, all dedicated to living our later years with strength and dignity. And finally, think of just one person, one friend or family member who needs this message of empowerment today. Please, share this video with them. A simple act of sharing can truly make a difference. Thank you for sharing your valuable time with me today. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.